Did you see in the last recording how Marshall was, in the dream? When he felt betrayed, when he felt, she's put behind her goodness. Did you see his response? It was evil, wasn't it? I mean, he went berserk from her point of view. Told her off in no uncertain terms. It was anything but loving. And when she fled, quite reasonably, to the side street, saw the car, got in it and drove off. Was that a godly reaction? You thought not. You were right. Do you see how evil brings evil? Dare I say it here, even to the godly. It's not just she that fled. It was him too. She fled from the righteous, and he fled from the evil. And so it should be. Else they're in the wrong place. And they need to be in the right place. Those that worship only goodness in heaven, and those that don't are not meant to be there yet. They need a contrast of good and evil. Not just evil, don't get me wrong. They need a mix that they can discern and distinguish and choose to embrace the good and reject the evil. Else, how can they ever become eligible for God? They need to be where they are to graduate. But notice, you're there too. And after all, God doesn't need you in this teaching environment, this relative hell, if you like, except it be a blessing to you. You're here for a reason. You need greater discernment between good and evil. Then you will leave and not return. Bless you. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. So too, then, you are much mistaken if you play the role of guru, and yet you're here. Because you're here for your good, because you are not perfect at all. Well, I say at all, but still need things to learn that you are insensitive to. And your followers will be insensitive to as well, for they can only be as you are. They need to be as God is. We all do, to be in heaven. For he wants good company, as blessed and as wonderful as himself. And how could they not be blessed if they were not as wonderful as himself? For that's part of his blessing, being fantastically wonderful. So he's bringing up a family of equals, equal adults, that he may be in communion eternally with such. So we don't play the role of Master, Lord, Father to those around us. And of course, if we did, it would mean they were not entirely devoted to God, but devoted to us. What's the point in that when they could be devoted to God and not have the same problems and mistakes as we have? So, we don't have priests. We don't have gurus. The nonconformist got that bit right. Well, until they reverted to having ministers and pastors instead. Same thing, wasn't it? It's gurus and priests all over again by a different name. Same with mentors, isn't it? And teachers, of course. None is your teacher, save the Holy Spirit that speaks only of God, doesn't magnify himself at all. Wow. Marshall's not like that, is he? No. He tells you it's the greatest economist he's come across. And a master of words. Yes, a master of economics and words and philosophy. Yes. We are all deluded. That's why we are here. Not completely deluded, of course. We've got some things right. And we have to discern what's right and what's wrong. And we have a guide, a teacher, the Holy Spirit within us. And our devotion is not even to him, but to God. For he speaks only of God, the goodness of God, to be a blessing to us. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. So have you got the message? Keep good company. Company of good people, good persons, good media, good literature, good environment brings goodness. The company of the reverse brings the reverse. The company you choose affects you. So you do not fellowship with the ungodly. You bless them, yes, but the blessings is not ice cream, cakes and biscuits. It's to rescue them when they are in dire straits. That's all. God chooses the mix of good and evil that they experience from their point of view, that he brings them to life eternal. You are not cutting across that. Neither to be the, boundless benefactor or the master of the Inquisition. Neither is your role. What's Jesus' response in the story? The poor always you have with you, and you can help them whensoever you wish. But she's done a good thing. She's anointed my body. I'm not sure in what way that was such a good thing, except that it showed her devotion, didn't it? You could say, but then he's a guru, he's the teacher, and you're taking him as a teacher. Yes, but I've got a let out here, It's a story. How can I follow the character of a story and be treating someone as my guru? I don't think so. It's a story. It's to teach you lessons. And that's the great thing about it when he gets crucified. I don't have to worry and fret and think, well, that's just terrible that God should allow such a thing. Because he didn't. It was a story. Was it one of the astronauts who was asked some tricky question and he says that's not a child's question? He knew he was being taunted. Says it's not a problem because we didn't. We didn't. That's a strange one, isn't it? Is this true? Or am I just a victim of, what's it called? Conspiracy theory propaganda. We don't know, do we? I am not your teacher. Your friend, yes. But friends do what they think is right, not what you think is right. You do what's right with God, because it's Him that you worship. And it's His Spirit that is your guide. Nothing else. When we are children, it's our parents. But when we are adults, we realize we are children of God, and our allegiance rightly switches to God. If our parents truly love us, well, it will be well with them, for they will rejoice in the way you're going, may even walk in your footsteps, until they truly find God, like you. Bless you. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. I'm reminded of something in the autobiography where this chap, he's one of these yogi, saintly guys sort of thing. And he never leaves his house. Well, the nearest he does is he comes to the gate on religious annual celebrations, And when asked, why is this, he says, oh no, it's not for my sake, it's for their sake. You see, the godly are an offence to the ungodly. By an offence, I mean, causes them trouble, reject it, don't like it, it's all horrible, can't get away fast enough. I can remember, you might think this is an odd example, but if I found myself looking in, when I was secular, before 24 years of age, if I found myself by chance, not realising it, looking in a shop window and realising it was a Christian shop window, I felt intensely embarrassed and got off the scene fast. People will think I'm one of these religious nuts. Do you see? Well, it's like that. You'll find, for instance, that with your religion, if you what religion you might be sort of affiliated with, if you are truly godly, they will find you anathema. What are you going to do? Present them with the truth each time they're wrong? If you're godly, you would be the living presence of God, you see? And people here don't want that because they've come here for a reason. They want the freedom. They want to be able to do what they want to do. And our Heavenly Dad gives them this opportunity to be here and to have that freedom. And you know, when they do something, quotes, wrong or bad, he doesn't scream from heaven, stop that. You know, it just lets you do it. Lets you find out the consequences. And of course, get enough experience of doing things that bring harm. The harm is so unpleasant that you don't want to do it anymore. You flee from it. You embrace godliness with all your being, heart and soul, mind and strength. That's the loveliness of this universe of the transitory. Uncertainty, good and bad, matter, time and space. It's the grace and goodness of God giving us what we long for, that in a sense we get it out of our system. We wise up. We become devoted to all that is good. Bless you. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.